You know, how did I never get that bean over there? We had the high jump the first time we were here, so I don't have an excuse. I'm gonna just do that now, and you can watch the intro while I try to cover up my mistakes. How's that? Hello everyone, I'm the best Let's Player universe, and is there really another one? Okay, to be fair, we didn't have the Luigi dunk the first time we came here. I figured it out, finally. We need the Luigi dunk to get the beans as well, not just the spin jump. But anyway, there are a few things in the world that we can do now that we have the special, the infield Fire and Thunder Bros. First thing we can do, even though that's not an on-field, in-field Fire and Thunder Bros thing, is we can get a 1-up and some money in here, in this thing that we needed to upgrade our hammers to get, and I just never did, because we'd upgraded our hammers. Speaking of hammers, these guys are gonna die very quickly. And I actually want to see, alright, yeah, you must barely get any more EXP from killing the enemies with the thing that Mario now has. I'm already forgetting the name of it. Great. The bonus ring, is that right? Bonus? Yes, I think it's the bonus ring. So wait, why did I never get this? You only need the... Mixing up, thinking this is Dream Team again, of course. So did you only need the Luigi dunk to get this, or is there something that I'm missing? I guess you only needed the Luigi dunk to get this. Okay, this brings us to a new thing that happens. 2D platforming sections that really... I don't know why. Because if you notice, you hit these Potobos, there's a checkpoint like every 10 feet. So there's no point in, like, actually trying. Unless that happens. If you look at it, it's pretty much set up so that before every hazard, you'll get it. Okay. Not sure if that messed up anything. Either way. Like, literally, right before each... I don't even know if these are Potobos. These are just Beanish Potobos or something. So, Mole, congratulations! Excellent job making it all the way here. Let me commemorate the moment with this. Take it, please. You get a golden mushroom. That's a good thing, because... Again, there are only 5 in the game unless you abuse a thing that I'm not going to. You might wonder why I'm going back in here. I think there's something else I can get out of this. If you notice, there were 2 platforms high up. Luigi. Thank you. There are 2 platforms that I could have jumped on, or that I started jumping on and then fell off of. So I think there's a separate reward if you do it that way. Might be thinking of another one of these, because there is another one that I know that just flat out has 2 of the moles. Didn't want to do that. Or that. Okay. And I'm just gonna run straight past that guy. Grade A enemy. Okay, so that was not the one that I was thinking of. Either way, I could have gotten that as soon as I had the Luigi dunk, but I don't know why. Words, but I didn't. Alright, now that we got these 2 back together, we can high jump out of here. Is it like hightail it, high jump it out of here? And, like I said before, we're going for that Beanstar piece up north. And that's about it. There's not really much else to say other than there's a Beanstar piece up north and we're going for it. What was, ooh, this is a thing that I don't think I got before either. Unless this is... Where does this lead? I think this is where I should have gone. Oh, this is just a green pipe. Okay, so there's green pipe 2. So we got 1, 2, 3. 4 must be down here somewhere. Then 5, 6, 7's probably by the University or in Teehee Valley. Teehee Valley makes... No. Yeah, Teehee Valley makes even more sense. And also, I just realized I called Gahor Lagoon Oasis a bunch of times in the last episode. Sorry for that. Beanish geography isn't my strong suit. Would it be Beanish or Beanish, though? If you're talking about the Bean Kingdom. It's Beanish are the people, but it's the Bean Kingdom, so it could go either way. This bring me right to Hoo-Hoo Mountain. Well, either way, did not want to do that. Now get a couple Chuckle Beans that are over here, except I'm gonna stop hitting the wrong button and opening the menu instead of switching places. But I'm going to head out this way because I think we need to go in this direction to get further up north. Yep, Yoshi Theater. That is spoilers where we're going. As you can see, it's right up there. And I know why I didn't go here before, because these guys. I hate these guys. These are Tanoombas. Basically the Tanuki Goombas before 3D Land happened. They're not difficult at all right now, but you can start wandering into this area of... Yeah, they'll attack the opposite bro, which is a little weird when they turn into one of them. And turning into things is actually power of the actual mythical Tanuki, but that's beside the point. And there's another one, apparently. Nope, that must have been a swarm. Anyway, Tanoombas are miles stronger than any other enemy in this area of... In this area of Bean Field. So you will be destroyed if you get into a battle with them right after coming down from Hoo-Hoo Mountain. Also, there's elite Troopies, not just the elite, no, Paratroopies and the Troopies. These elite Paratroopies are... No, I guess these are just regular ones. Yeah, I think by Chucklehuck you're, I guess, supposed to fight them. Since that's when the Paratroopies start appearing, but... Either way, I never liked fighting these guys. So... Luigi, you get BP again. 3 works. Kinda wish you got healed on level up, since there are no heart blocks anywhere in the game. Would have been nice. At any rate, I know I'm going in the incorrect direction to get to the Yoshi Theater, which is, as I said, where we're going. Also, I hate when this happens. Am I really going to be... There we go. For now, I'm just doing this stuff over here, since we're going to have to do it at some point. At some point. Pretty sure that's not how sentence is supposed to sound. There we go. Unless this is actually the way to the Yoshi Theater and I'm just forgetting something. I don't think this is the way. This is just... This is just the way to secret, I guess. Looks like it. Yep, Boo statue on top of it, so... It's probably just going to unlock something. The Fat Koopa over there is what you're supposed to knock over. But if you do this, you do get one of these rooms. Another one of these caves already. Jump in here as Mini Mario, it is another 2D platforming thing. This one's a little different, featuring spikes and impaled buttocks instead of potobos and burned buttocks. Actually, there was a Podoboo over there. And wait, is it even possible to not land directly? Okay, I guess it is. This is weird. Every time I hit the spikes before, I was directly on the spike, that hit me, so it did actually look like impaled buttocks. Also, I need to stop pronouncing buttocks like Botox. It just sounds weird. Preferably, you don't jump directly on top of the burning object. Preferably, you don't do that in real life either, because it's somewhat not advised. Ooh, this checkpoint actually set me back a little bit. Almost feel challenged by this. I honestly don't get why these areas weren't puzzles. Congratulations! And you get iron pants! That seems like something that you'd want, I guess. I'm going to... equipment there. Yeah, they're pants, so they're just Mario. Boosts defense over the shroom bells by 20. But it gives you a constant state of heavy gravity, which is what you get from eating a red pepper. I'll roll with it for a while, see if I like it. If I don't, I can just switch out and don't plan on selling anything else. Now that we did that, we can also access the other challenge cave that's conveniently right here. This is not a challenge cave. Simu blocks. Okay, this is a challenge cave. So this introduces a new mechanic, the Simu blocks. You have to both hit at the same time, and it involves some convoluted gross tactics and stuff. So we're gonna try not to do. There we go. No, Mario. Okay, Mario, you can do that. Really do that if you're so inclined. There we go. Don't think this is the one of the. I don't think this gives you the same mole reward. Okay, so what do you have to do for this? I can't only get one when you fall off. Alright. Oh, that's not any easier than I thought it was. Okay. What is it I'm trying to do here? Should not be having... Well, I guess I got what I asked for when I said that the caves should all be puzzles. Not sure if I'm liking it, but I got it. Oh, there we go. Don't know how I pulled that off. Okay, there's a mole there. Don't know what I was thinking. Congratulations! And you get wool trousers. Let's see. Might as well check those right now. Wool trousers work for both of them. Rex defense, but it gives you HP back. Hang on to them. I'll use them if I... Guess I'll use them if I don't like either the shroom bells or the iron pants on Mario. Because Luigi's pretty good where he is, so I don't need to worry about that. Sorry if the audio sounded a little quiet there. I was leaning back. Don't know why I was. I was facing away from the microphone, and it had adverse effects on stuff. So if I can dig up this bean, I'm gonna head over here, see if there was anything else important that I... Besides the Tanoombas that follow you. That's the most nerve-wracking part. They always follow you. Alright, so if you look, Mario constantly has the heavy status, which makes his jumps less floaty and like they're more natural, I guess. They're quicker, and he doesn't go... They're quicker and shorter, so you have to time them better. And they don't do more damage. You'd think that they would. Is he reviving? No, he's just healing. And if you notice, this affects hammer attacks as well. In a weird way that I haven't really figured out. The only thing I don't think it affects is hand, and thanks, cheap back attack. How is the paratroopy still faster than both of them? Luigi I'd get since he's actually slower. And most enemies are slower than Mario and faster than Luigi. How is that paratroopy still faster than both of them? I guess unless they're just inherently both quick enemies. So yeah, as you can see, even though Mario's going to have defense and actually be able to take hits now, it's becoming really, really difficult to time my jumps. And I'm only getting them half the time as opposed to, you know, like all the time the way it was before. What's over here? This is just the Lacape and the passage to Bean Castle. So I'm gonna... Did I do this before? Don't think I did. Or is this the Hammerhead Rose Cave? I guess I didn't. I could have done this one before. I don't know why I didn't. So yeah, this one's a more classic Mario-y platformy type thing with insta-kill hazards on the bottom, enemies, moving blocks ripped from Super Mario World. Actually, no, the bicycle pads are there. So, as you can see, you can go over the top like you were getting the Warp Zone in World 1-2 in the original Super Mario Bros. And you can go here and find a secret mole. Congratulations! Who will give you a high-end badge. But that's not all, because you could still go back and get the regular exit. You just have to do the platforming again because there's impassable obstacles. I was trying to make obstacle rhyme with impassable and it didn't work. Sorry, I don't have that ability. That was fire. Actually, what was I saying about this platforming being stupid and difficult? This is easier than most regular Mario games. So the regular guy will just give you a 1-up, but it's pretty obvious that there's the thing up there, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. And Mario's still mini, so I can't high jump off of him. There we go. Now we can finally head towards the Yoshi Theater, but not before I check the high-end badge. Which automatically boosts power once during battle. You know, that lowers Luigi's attack power at this point. I'll try it. I'm assuming it just gives... It's meant to... How did that happen? Anyway, we actually did get into a battle with the Lacape because we touched it. Nothing really special about it, except it'll summon more Sharpies. You know, I never noticed that the buffs appeared next to the HP and BP. That's something I just noticed. Anyway, I guess the way it works, the high-end badge works, is it just gives you power-up buff at the beginning of the battle, and that'll wear off at a time, leaving you weaker, so it's basically built for finishing fights off quicker. But anyway, you can finally take that guy out. And believe me, there are several others that we should probably get rid of at other places in the world to unlock extra things. So if you know, the Boo statues and the Fat Koopas are there pretty much so you can't access things until you've dealt with the first Beanstar piece. But anyway, there's Beanish in an egg costume at the Yoshi Theater with the Beanstar piece. And then there's this really creepy guy. He's like literally an egghead. And then the egg dude is his master. Busted into 4 pieces. Master, you mustn't listen, you can't listen. All of this talk is meant to swindle you out of your money again. It's all lies, lies. I guess he's like the lawyer or something. So yes, apparently wearing an egg costume gives you the ability to target your eggs like a Yoshi's Island game. And with that, please excuse me. Oh, what's that? There's something on my face. Oh, you say I look like Bubbles, the legendary soda maker. That's because I'm Bubbles' younger brother. My name is Bottle. That's original. It's soda humor. That's something that you really don't hear very often, or at all. Probably with good reason, because it's not particularly funny. Younger brother of the legendary soda maker, and as you can see, I'm rich enough to own my own theater. I also happen to be president of the Yoshi fan club. theater was designed by Yoshi-loving chat specifically for the enjoyment of the Yoshis. So, what did you want to talk about? Beanstar. There. Your head. Decoration. Give. Us. Now. Omelets will be made of you and your face. Hey! A real reason to use your face as my omelet again. Fine, fine. I suppose I could decorate the sign with something else and give the sparkly thing to you.
No, you mustn't, Master, you mustn't.
Expect this animation to get reused many times in cutscenes with both of these two characters in it. However, only on one condition. The sign is my Theta's face. You must find something else that can be used to decorate my grand sign. Understood?
What do you mean, neon eggs?
Yes, I shall trade you this for the 7 brilliant colors of the neon eggs. Ugh.
Impossible, Master. Washed up is up there.
Yeah, calling these two washed-up middle-aged men compared to him, compared to Bottle, that's funny. And I guess the lawyer guy is a washed-up middle-aged man, too. Everyone's a washed-up middle-aged man, except probably the Yoshis. So there are 7 hungry Yoshis inside the theater. And they will give you neon eggs when you get special food for them. So we're going to need to talk to someone inside the theater about neon eggs so we know how to get them, or to get the food that makes the Yoshis lay them. Also, if you notice, there's a Kirby movie, a Wario movie, a movie about Mario and Luigi working together and not hitting save blocks, and jumping using these poses coming together soon. Plus, I think this is only don't think this is advertising the 1DS Starfy game that America actually got. Anyway. Posters are references. The person you need to talk to about the neon eggs I don't think is actually a Yoshi. This guy, yeah, because he's the old guy. Fava, the guy who designed the theater. Brother of the Castletown's greatest intellectual. Yes, the guy we got the beanstones for. You're just a recolor of him. So we need to get the neon eggs. He's a neon egg fiend. Some know him as an architect. Some know him as an intellectual's older brother. But in reality, he's an old man who loves neon eggs and making really creepy faces with his mouth making a shape that it really shouldn't be able to because mouths aren't vertical. Perhaps. Food makes bean fruits, so we need bean fruits. They grow underground. Perhaps. Dig it out of the ground. You don't hit the restore point. Give it to a Yoshi, and you get a neon egg in the color of the Yoshi. Perhaps. Nothing wrong with an old man being a neon egg fiend. He's never found one in his life, so, you know. I mean, he's never found a neon egg, but he needs bean fruit. So he does know where the bean fruits are, perhaps. Which means we need to do a mandatory fetch quest for 7 objects in a game of this generation of Nintendo's consoles. It's like Wind Waker again, except much better, and you don't have to spend money for each of them. So anyways, you can see there are panting Yoshis throughout the theater that look like they're a little hungry. I mean, they look like they're dehydrated and about to die, but that's apparently what hunger looks like. Also, you can't just jump up and grab it because bottle is kind of there. Anyway, check your map. You now have a lot of flashy indicators as to where the bean fruits are. And find these, they're basically more difficult to find chuckle beans. So, for example, since we have enough time to get a couple of them now, not there yet. On the next screen over, we should be able to find one of them, if we can avoid the Tanumba for long enough. Yep, so it's on the screen somewhere. Bean fruit will not appear until you talk to the old guy, unfortunately. So you can't kind of cheat by doing that, unfortunately. I'm gonna just keep saying unfortunately a lot. Unfortunately. There's also some kind of for pun in there. I know there is. I don't care, though. So I'm going to That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, yeah. So, hidden somewhere around here is bean fruit. And it's underground, so Luigi dunk in all the suspicious places, and eventually you're bound to find it because that's how the game was designed. So those places, those flowery things, wasn't trying to do that. They don't do that. They don't have that. Let's see. Why am I hitting the wrong button every time? That's not what's supposed to happen. Actually, I think I might know where... Okay, yeah. It's in the middle of these. Usually they'll be found in the middle of some sort of thing. So where's the next bean fruit? There's one. It's basically within Teehee Valley. You'd think they'd all just be in Bean Bean Kingdom Field, since that's kind of where they'd seem to grow. One of them is actually pretty much located in Teehee Valley. Bombs happen. Oh, Mario's only taking 1 damage from these hits now. That's pretty nice. Anyway, gotta take out these bombs before they blow bombs. Dizzy must be a status. Yeah, Dizzy basically just works like you're knocked over. You can't do anything until your next turn, even after you get hit. So, you know, it's not that different than being knocked over. I mean, actually, I think it is the same as knocked over. Nope, it's like being knocked over, but it lasts until your next turn, regardless of what happens. I should actually be using Bros attacks on these guys, but oh well. Thank you for not reviving. And there we go, and we got a nut for troubles too. And an exclamation block over here, that should do something. And indeed it do. Exclamation block does what exclamation block do. Yeah. Apparently the block is French or something. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know why you thought I would know at any of these points in time. But we stop pressing the wrong button. Need to knock this guy out of the way. It's the Chuckle Bean down there, actually. So I'm gonna grab that, since, you know, it's probably a good idea to grab that. And if you look around here, you got more beach that we didn't get to before. Nothing really exciting over here. You can see the bean fruit. Actually, no, this is where the SS Chicola... This is the bridge that it went under. So, actually, what I'm going to do is... You need Luigi to get to this. This is the Luigi exclusive area, since only he can pass under here. And there's a save block here, so I guess there's going to be a boss fight. Which we're going to do in the next episode, because time. So until then, I'm LeaderofLuxinape, signing time off. That's not what I was trying to do, Restore Point. I was trying to click the notification on my computer so I could click stop on the capture software, but we can't have nice things. Anyway. Next episode, we're going to get the bean fruit, and then give them to the Yoshis, and then Beanstar is going to happen. So, yeah.